What are some of the biggest mistakes investors can make in 2026?
I want to be very honest and get back to the old style of how I used to be things and super blunt about it. Number one is not making the decision next year to acquire 2 or 3,000 shares for yourself personally. I know some people are going to say I don't have the capital to do it, but find a way. Because I think next year is probably going to be the most interesting year in investing that we've had probably since 2020. Number two, double down on what your freedom number is and put a lot of cash into making that a reality. They just told you they're working like crazy. Shout out to the interviews y'all got coming out. I won't say nothing. But they're working hard. Magic Johnson told you at InvestFest. Gary Vee working hard. Peter Thiel. Every top entrepreneur is busting ass right now. And that's because there's going to be a seismic change that comes in 26 and 27. Now is not the time to play or get comfortable with whatever success you have accumulated from 2020 through now, because you're going to need more in 26 and 27. Lastly, I will say you got to block out all the noise. All that noise is online. I would say this, and Rashad and I talked about it on Blackout. Troy does an amazing job of it, of staying off social. You probably need to spend 60% less time on social media in 2026. Jake Paul ran up 100 million and Anthony Joshua ran up 90, but he got to pay 45 in taxes. These big numbers are being thrown around for a reason. So I'm begging you right now, lock in for 2026. And I want everyone to put in chat, what is your freedom number for 2026? What do you guys think biggest mistakes are? Let's just talk like it's us.
Yeah, biggest mistakes. I think trading off a hearsay. Like it's like that meme stock craze, but a little bit more elevated than that. It's like, yo, I saw this company, or I heard them say this company, let me just invest in it, not really knowing anything from a technical side, fundamental side. Like I'm just doing it. I think a lot of times when people get early success, they think that short-term success can lead into long-term wealth strategy. And they start doing things like overtrading, start taking, same-day options trades, not having any idea, just trying to replicate the feeling of what they had in that short-term win. And that's when people lose money. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing that more and more. And I think if we don't get it right, if we're not disciplined, if we don't have a proper approach, if we don't have a plan, it's only going to get worse. Mm-hmm. Because, and even when talking to Vlad and we're talking about predictive markets, people are treating their brokerage account like it's FanDuel or it's DraftKings, and it's not. And so you gotta be disciplined about this, but you actually have to know. Mm-hmm. Knowing is important. Like, we can overstate it, and it's important to know what you're investing in. Yes, get to 1,000 shares. Let's start with getting to 5 and understanding what the company you just invested in does, mm-hmm. right? Because the more understanding you have, the more education you have around it, the more conviction you have when people start to doubt what you're saying. Yep. I'm only speaking from experience, right? Like, literally, you've seen this over the past 6 years. We say something, I'm not budging on that because I believe in what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And if it's a great company that doesn't have a great year, fine. But a lot of times, these are great companies that are having great years because there's conviction and education behind it. So be disciplined in it. Don't gossip, trade, right? Really understand what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Shadi, what you think top mistakes that people can make in 2026?
Well, I wanted to do something. I actually put together a list of things that people should do.
Okay, I love it.
So, yeah, because I think that's important to kind of have some level of a blueprint. Biggest mistake, I think, is not having a plan. So with that being said, I put together 10 things I think everybody should do in 2026. And that's the first thing is put together a budget. And a few budgeting apps for you if you're interested. YNAB, you need a budget. Monarch Money, Rocket Money, Capital Money, Every Dollar, Pocket Guard, Good Budget, and Simplify by Quicken. So, I mean, what I used to do is just pen and paper.
Yeah, write it out.
I think that's the best way. But if you actually want some level of like digital help in it, those are all sites that you can use or apps that you can use for budgeting. That's the first thing. The second thing is to set up a systematic dollar cost averaging plan to invest every single month, especially if you're first starting out. So whether that's the 15th, usually it should be around the time you get paid. So if you get paid on the 12th, then try to do it on the 15th. Set up a retirement account if you don't have one. And if you do have one, try to contribute more so you can benefit from the tax savings from that. Review all your beneficiaries. That's important.
That's a good one.
Or not just life insurance, but also even like your bank account and brokerage account and anything that you have that's going to get passed on to somebody. Review the beneficiaries. Keep the beneficiaries updated because you never know. Commit to your education. I recommend one documentary a week and one book every 60 days.
That's dope.
So that would be that. I don't think that that's too hard to accomplish, especially you could listen to an audio book, but the average person, they said, doesn't read any books a year. And I think the average CEO reads like 2 books a month.
Yeah.
So if you start to really dedicate to one book every 60 days, that's 6 books a year. You're off to a good start. And like I said, the documentary, I think the documentaries, they just expand your horizon and have you think a little differently. And it's so many great documentaries that you can just find on YouTube and Netflix. So one documentary a week, one book every 60 days. Map out your goal for the next 12 months, but do it I think everybody should read the book 12-week year.
Yeah, that's a really good book.
You don't just map out your goal and just say, I want to make $100,000. I want to make $500,000. That's not really a goal. That's a wish. There's actually a systematic way to actually go about that. We broke this down at EY University, but that book actually explains it. How the purpose of the book is that you break the year into micro years.
Yeah.
And you have like goals, like weekly goals, bi-weekly goals that helps you get to the goal quicker. And then you actually have to list the action steps of how you're actually going to accomplish the goal. Because like I said, I'm going to make $500,000 a year. What does that really mean? That's not a goal. Like I said, that's a wish. You got to actually list out the actionable steps that you need to take to make $500,000 a year. Then you got to hold yourself accountable on a short-term basis, preferably weekly, to see if you're actually hitting those numbers or not. So everybody should commit to that.
Or have accountability partners in there.
Yeah, for sure. Commit to 2 travel trips this year for business and networking purposes solely. So vacation, I don't think should be a top priority. If you listen to a variety of different billionaires, a very common theme is that they said that they have not taken vacation in a long time. They didn't take a vacation for the first 20 years. Even now, like I don't really take too many vacations. We travel a lot, but it's for business.
Work first. Yep.
Map out of course, InvestFest should definitely be on your list, but map out where you're going to go this year because you got to get out your comfort zone. You got to get inspired and you got to meet new people, and traveling really does help accelerate your growth. So two business trips this year. Set a diet and workout plan. Vitally important. I think you should be working out at least 4 times a week, 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
And eating is just as important. Me, myself, I just stopped eating after 8 o'clock. You got to really be conscious of the food that you put in your body because it definitely plays a part in your productivity. Commit to 3 hours a day of earning more money. Now, this might be something that a lot of people might have some level of pushback, but if you want to change your life, sometimes you got to do drastic changes. And I'm not saying anything that I personally didn't do myself, but I feel like most people need to find ways to make more money. So it's only 3 ways. You either start a business, you get another job, or you invest in your education. You're actually picking up a new skill, or you have a higher level degree that's going to, either one of those things is going to require extra time out of your day. So like I said, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to take at least 3 hours a day. To be completely honest, it's probably going to take more, but we'll start with that. You're going to have to commit at least 3 hours of your day over and above. To learn something, to work on your business, or actually just to get another job. But you got to make more money because if you don't have the money, then you're not going to be able to invest. So that's a big one. Then the last thing is what you said before, try to limit your social media time to 1 hour a day max, because a lot of that is hindering your ability to grow because you're spending too much time on social media. So those are my 10 things that I would advise people to do for 2026 if you want to change your life business wise and make more money. You have to run an efficient operation.
I love the list. And even for you high earners, need a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Even for you high earners, you need to learn something else, because the way this economy is going, they're forcing everyone to be entrepreneurs. So whether you're in corporate or you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have to evolve and learn new skill sets. Like this is a new era of entrepreneurship that we're in now. You can't take that 80s style of playing basketball and use it now into the era that we're in.
I don't think you can take the 2020 style.
It's like 2 lifetimes almost.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the people and a lot of entrepreneurs that we saw step into the space. The game plan that they had during that pandemic, it doesn't exist anymore. So how do you adjust? How do you figure out a new way? A lot of people haven't figured out a new way, or they're in the process of trying to figure out how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So and I know people will watch social media and oh, I'm aspiring to do that, or look at them, they've done that. A lot of them don't have a plan. They didn't have a budget, right? And so now it's like, how do I save myself from showing the people exactly I'm back to where I started? Which is tough.
And I know they say you got to learn how to build a plane on the way down, but that's bullshit that they say to entrepreneurs to not give you real advice. You have to have the plan and make sure that the plane flies for a long period of time before you launch it. They'll tell you a lot of BS that does not work. This is why the show is so valuable. They'll tell you that opposed to what to invest in, what systems to build, what code and software to implement into your business, what agents to build inside of your business. Be careful of the business advice that you take. Because a lot of people who are starting to skate into this category because the entertainer thing didn't work and they see a bag here. Be careful to who you listening to. Is what
Please.
Respectfully to everybody.
Respectfully, but please.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's my 10.
So
That's a good 10.
So that 10 inside there, if they're not doing those things, that's the biggest mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, the mistakes is not having a plan. So that was my segue of because you could say you don't have a plan, but then people's like, well, what does that mean? Once again, that's like having a goal.
Yeah.
Like saying set your goal. Have a plan. What is a plan? What's the plan? Well, that's the plan.
There goes your plan.
That's a plan. That's not the only plan, but that would be a plan that I would recommend, that I think. And look, you might not be able to accomplish all 10 of those, but you fall short 7.
Which one's going to be the toughest for you?
For me?
Yeah. I'm going to go with number 10.
Well, social media is my occupation, so that's a little different. So unless there's always differences. If you're an influencer, you can't be on social media 1 hour a day. If you earn money from social media, but most people are using social media. They might not necessarily
escape.
Earning money. They're not earning money, or it's not their occupation. So that's the thing that, it's definitely harmful for sure. Regardless, even if it is your occupation, it's harmful. Like it's a lot of harmful things, but it's a necessary evil for the time being. And there's some good. There's a lot of good on social media.
There's a lot of good. I'm almost at the point with Sundays I don't go on at all.
That's smart. But to my team, I love you. But if I'm paying a premium, be my brain and produce more for me so I can pay you more. That's all the conversation we got to have. Everyone wants the high-end, high-ticket shit. Are you delivering a high enough return to where it's easier to continue to pay a high ticket?
Do more so I can pay you more. There you go.
Absolutely. I shouldn't even have to, but I love my team, so it's not to y'all. But if you're working with people, deliver such a high return that they don't even have, and to solutions. If you can figure out for a corporation how to implement agentic AI or agentic copy or marketing or sales or investing, that's how you're going to get to 2 and 3 million in a year easily. There's not enough people who are having solutions around many ideas. And you can just scour Threads, Instagram, Twitter, and see some of those pain points and just do what we did. Hey, give it for free. A lot of y'all hate the intern. Like, I love when Kanye even said, I want to go intern for Louis Vuitton. People thought he was crazy. Well, it helps to learn the system. If you give it away for free, now you have your results, and the results that you can then take to a new client and then charge them $100,000 for it, $300,000, 1.5. Get the result first.
Yeah. Learn to create the plan, develop a skill, leverage the skill, execute on it. Do it.
Book recommendation, You Deserve to Be Rich.
Come on, stop it. Y'all know that.
You Deserve to Be Rich, New York Times bestseller if you're
By the way.
interested.
Mhm.
And one of those 6 books, few book recommendations, but one, You Deserve to Be Rich definitely is up there. Like I said, the 12-week year, I think that's something that's very helpful and beneficial if you're trying to really maximize how to actually
You'll learn
format
it.
setting goals and being more organized with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Business, Ego is the Enemy. Shout out to
That's a great book.
my brother Jabbar. He gave us that book 6 years ago. He brought a gift, and that was the book that he gave me. Great book. I suggest anybody in business, because a lot of times people are trying to do something and be solo entrepreneur, like solopreneurs, and they're like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it together.
Yeah.
Figure out how you can do it and scale together. Find somebody that has a skill set that you don't, a strength that you don't, and figure out how to build together.
So what is the
any book by Cal Newport is on time efficiency as an entrepreneur? Amazing. Amazing.